expected progress you want to make in God, even if you are a minister of the gospel, is dependent on the progress that God has made in your own life. So the things that God pointed out last year, you have not dealt with it. There is no new year for you, my friend. January 1, Kai, my friend. January 1 doesn't mean your new year have started. Your new year starts when you have broken forth. Perez. Break forth by force. Huh? When you have understood the grace and anointing of the breaker, and then you break forth. That's what is new year. What is open heaven? Is open heaven a slogan? Open heaven is open heaven because heaven has opened. Is it not true? Why are you saying new year? Is it new year because of calendar new year, or new year because God has declared new year for you? Is it new year because there is a marching order from heaven? It takes a marching order for a man to say he has entered a new year. Because when you enter a new year, possibilities that were not there before will come forth. As a proof, testimonies, a minister of the gospel, you will receive fresh angelic backing, meaning that you have entered into a new season of your life. Fresh authority and anointing to operate the seasons that God has opened to you. You are still locked up in the same place you are. You say you are in a new year. You are in 10 years behind, my friend. Some people are 20 years behind. They say they are in new year. Huh? It is Roman calendar that decided new year for you. New year has not opened. That's why we need to go 50 days to enter the place in God where new year is downloaded. God, where is my new year? If you think I'm joking, you will see what I'm saying. Some people will leave this year. It is by September or October. That's where they will receive what God could have done in January, what God could have done in February. Not because God ordained it to be like that, but because they have not broken forth to where that thing resides in the spirit. And that is why when you come here, we grow. Because as we hear, the things of God are trapped at energy levels. And until you come there, those things will not come. God is not withholding it from you, but you have not trapped the ambience that can carry that such a thing. Some of them, if it comes, Satan can take it away from you. The things I'm talking about, some of you have touched it before, but you lost it. Some spiritual gifts, you lost it. Some anointing, you lost it. Some of you had money and it left. Do you know why? You didn't have what it takes to sustain that kind of experience. So this time around, instead of God taking you 40 days to Canaan, he took you 40 years so that you'll be trained. Process makes a man to sustain the capacity to stay in Canaan. So if you didn't pass through process, you can come to Canaan and look at it. You don't like what you see, you go back. That's what the Bible said. It said part of the reason I took them through wilderness is so that they will not see the giants and turn back. When they see you know what happened? When Caleb saw the giant, he said, "They are bred, let's shoot them." That is not a faith declaration. That is a declaration that came from a spiritual teaching, from a teaching of God that came by digging. That man passed through the wilderness, and for 40 years he was sustained by the meal of angels. He wore one cloth and he was never sick. When he came out, he knew that the God that can do this, that he can smother giants as if they are bread. He said, they are bread, we shoot them. Don't say it until you pass through what it takes. So God will bring you through the waters that have the capacity to furnish the knowledge, the experiences, the capacity that you need to sustain the fresh season that is coming upon your life. So that God will not give you 5 million, and that's the reason why you will backslide. You see, you are not ready. So that God will not give you a branch, a place, a ministry to manage, and you are impregnating the people. Then you see why he has refused to call you before now. Because you lack the character, you lack the attitude, you lack the capacity to sustain this level. The thing entered your head. You were never ready. You were never qualified. You were never made. You never passed through process. This time around, it's not late. You can come back and say, insist on me. Insist. Tell him to insist. He will come.